when we have the fair value doubles. So let's say we get to 75 as fair value. Then what happens is we'll get to crypto fall, which is the June period post the halving. That's when the craziness starts to happen. So when fair value was 30,000 in the last cycle, we got to 68, 69. This time, let's say we only get 2 times because there's not as much leverage this time because they cracked down on Binance and others. So let's say we get 2 times, that'd be 150. I think that's baked in the cake.
According to reports and data from various crypto analytics firms, inflows into the spot Bitcoin ETFs dropped to a 2-week low on Wednesday, February 21st. The group of 10 ETFs attracted only about a net of $25.5 million or 500 Bitcoin. This is the lowest figure recorded since February 6th, when the fund saw approximately $100 million in outflows. In the previous 5 trading days leading to Wednesday, for instance, the funds averaged about 7,000 Bitcoin in net inflows per day, approximately $350 million in dollar terms. According to the reports, GBTC's outflows contributed significantly to Wednesday's sharp drop, with the fund losing about 2,652 Bitcoin, while BlackRock's IBIT and Fidelity's FBTC received only a few coins shy of 3,000 Bitcoin combined. In addition, 5 of the ETFs, including VanEck's HODL and Bitwise's BITB, saw no net inflows. According to expert analysts, the funds only took a brief breather, and we are now back on course. Earlier today, Crypto.com reported that the ETFs had a massive recovery on Thursday. The ETFs recorded $251 million in inflows on February 22nd, bringing total net inflows to $5.3 billion. With the continued success of these ETFs in pulling capital from new institutional investors, renowned hedge fund manager Mark Yusko is even more bullish on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2024 and beyond. During his latest interview with Altcoin Daily, Yusko discusses his outlook for Bitcoin during this bull market, especially as we approach the 2024 halving, an event that Yusko predicts will significantly amplify the impact of the ETFs on Bitcoin prices. As we bring you clips from this informative and insightful discussion, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out our other videos featuring Yusko and other prominent and brilliant personalities in the cryptocurrency space. You can also join the conversation by dropping your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comments section below. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to our growth. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
Look, we're in crypto summer, and crypto summer is a period where we're going to drift slowly, series of higher highs and higher lows. So not without volatility, we're going to drift slowly toward fair value. Well, why is that? Well, after crypto winter, okay, and you bottom, you get crypto spring where you just kind of bounce around the bottom and it's kind of yuck and not a lot happens. Well, then crypto summer happens where the investors come back, right? They've gotten over losing money and they come back and they're like, hey, wait, if the fair value is 52K, and I was rounding and said it's 50, but according to Tim Peterson's Metcalfe's law model, the fair value is 52. So we were at, in the 30s, we're going to drift toward that 52 number by the halving. But the caveat I said is if, and I think I might have said when, they crowned the king, that BlackRock was going to get crowned. Now, I didn't think they'd do all 9. I actually didn't. But that's even better because that's more demand. As we've come closer to fair value, now we've totally completed that segment of the move. Well, now we focus on the next thing, which is the aggregate supply shift. So the halving, now it's scheduled for like April 8th. Originally it was early May, and then it was, for a few days it was 420 and everybody was freaking out. And now it looks like it's the 8th, which I think is ironic in that that's the solar eclipse date. So I think that's kind of a wild coincidence. Not planned, I don't think. But anyway, when we have the fair value doubles. Well, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, well, no, that's exactly how it works. Because if you cut the block rewards in half of the miners would go out of business because their costs are fixed. So the price in historical halvings has doubled. Not immediately, but over time. Now, I don't know if we talked about this or not, but I've kind of changed my thinking on that, that because of ordinals, because of inscriptions, and because of transaction fees, maybe we don't double this time. Maybe we only go up 50% because we don't have to have all of the money come from block rewards. So let's say we get to 75 as fair value. And again, the model will tell us what that fair value is, but let's call it 75. Then what happens is we'll get to crypto fall, which is the June period post the halving. That's when the craziness starts to happen. That's when the FOMO happens. Then we get into Thanksgiving and everybody goes home and everybody's patting them on the back and come on in, you get 2 turkey legs this year. Whereas 2 years ago, you're not invited anymore. You're disinvited if you're a crypto person. So now we're going to get that FOMO top. And in the past, that's gone to 2.3 times fair value. So when fair value was 30,000 in the last cycle, we got to 68, 69. This time, let's say we only get 2 times because there's not as much leverage this time because they cracked down on Binance and others. So let's say we get 2 times, that'd be 150. I think that's baked in the cake.
Yusko is so bullish that he predicts that more fiat currencies will be converted into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies this year than we've had in the previous 15 years since Bitcoin's creation. This is a big statement, even when you consider the compounding effects of crypto's massive bull runs. According to the Morgan Creek Capital founder, this year marks the beginning of the epic blockchain era, the era that sees the truth system of the blockchain slowly begin to replace the trust system of traditional finance. So far, the ETFs have attracted a little over $11 billion from institutional investors. However, Yusko believes that figure will continue to climb gradually until it hits $300 billion. During his discussion with Altcoin Daily's Austin Arnold, Yusko also gives his price prediction for Ethereum, as well as other Layer 1 tokens he is particularly excited about as we head deeper into the bull market. Here are more clips from the interview.
I can make the case that Bitcoin won the race to be money, right? It is the perfect money. It's digital gold. And I know there are people on the ETH side that say, no, we're money too. I'm like, not really. And I don't think you can be money using proof of stake, but that's just my own personal opinion. So I do think that Ethereum has the potential to be the world computer, right? This giant networked computer, which everyone else builds stuff on. Now you got to fix gas fees and they're working on that. And I probably have no reason to go against what has existed for a long time, which is the ratio between Bitcoin and Ethereum. It used to be almost exactly 10 to 1. So if Bitcoin was 20,000, Ethereum would be 2,000. And that changed a little bit in the last cycle. So now that's 1.8. So that's a little bit higher. So in that regard, I could see a bigger rally in Ethereum than Bitcoin. And that's kind of what you would expect in the pump part, in the final meteoric parabolic move. Ethereum has historically outperformed Bitcoin, and it probably should again. So let's say Bitcoin gets to 150, like I think it will. And let's say we don't go all the way back to 10 to 1, but we go to, we're at 1.8 now. Let's say we get down to 1.5. That's probably not aggressive enough, but let's say it's 1.5. So that's 10,000. I think there are a lot of people that have that number in their brain. And a lot of people say, well, that's not enough. Like, fine. Let's say it gets all the way back to 10 to 1. Then that'd be 15,000. So comfortably somewhere between 10 and 15. Look, L1s are back. I'm still not 100% convinced. So come at me, Solana guys. I'm not 100% convinced that you fix everything. And I do worry that if one person can turn off the network temporarily, that's not really decentralized, is it? I mean, that's a concern. Now, it doesn't mean I hate it, and it doesn't mean, I haven't sold the rest. I told people very bluntly, it was our best investment ever, and we sold most of it, but we still owned about 20%. Haven't sold that. Just like Coinbase, we didn't sell all of it, and I'm really happy because today they busted earnings wide open. So I think L1s. So that's to answer your question. L1s for sure. Now, I say that because I like what they're doing at Avalanche, and I love John Woo. He's a buddy, and I think Gun's a genius, and I like that, and I think there's some interesting things going on at Cosmos. And the second thing is real world assets, tokenizing real world assets, absolutely, and how hilarious. And I tweeted this out, and I don't really believe he did this. I don't think he actually saw my video, but Larry Fink has been on TV multiple times now talking about, every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, it's all going to be tokenized. But I've been saying that for a long time. I've been saying that since 2017. And I believe it. Now, there've been lots of reasons why it hasn't happened yet. And we still have lots of problems. Like if I take a piece of land and I quote unquote put it on the blockchain, the land is still where I left it. And I still have to have somebody observe it, or maybe I have to put sensors around it to make sure that it didn't get flooded, or if there was a building on it, that the building didn't fall down. But in terms of solid provenance and ownership and title, blockchain's way better.
Mark Yusko's prediction for Bitcoin is that it hits new all-time highs before, possibly even going past $70,000. He refers to this price level as the crypto asset's current fair value. However, he believes things will become even more exciting in June, which he says will mark the beginning of crypto fall. Yusko is expecting all the parabolic moves of crypto fall between June 2024 and June 2025, which will considerably magnify the activities of these 9 Bitcoin ETFs. Do you agree with Mark Yusko's predictions and outlook on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies? Please share your comments and observations in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.